Good morning, all all present here. My name is K. Muhammad Awais. Today I am discussing about the sustainable development and the principles of practices in the subject of the environmental science. Introduction to sustainable development. Sustainable development is an holistic approach and the aim to meeting the needs of the parts without the compromising the ability of the future generation meeting their own needs. In integral of economical growth, social inclusion, and the environmental protection as key components. Understanding the principles is essential for the forecasting the practicals that contributes the sustainable development. There are the three buildings of the pilgrims of the sustainable development. That is, number one, it comes under the economy, and number two, it is environmental, and number three is social community. The sustainable development is holistic approaches that are the sustainable developments that are understanding the principles of essential and the sustainable of the we can see the principles in the next slide. The three pilgrims pillars of sustainable development. There are three pillars for sustainable development. It is number one environmental, social, and number three is economical. The three pillars of sustainable development are economical visibility and social equality and environmental protection. Three pilgrims, these pilgrims incorrect creating a balanced approach to development that benefits the peoples and the plants. Police the strategies must support all three pillars to achieve the true sustainable developments environmental, social as well as economical. Can next see the principles. There are three types of principles in the three principles social, economical, and environment. Key principles of sustainable development. Number one, intergenerational equality, amazing the responsibility to pursue the resourcing for future generation. Second principle is to enhance the increasing that stakeholders, especially the mediation of the communities, are involved the decision making process. Third principle is precautionary approaches, advocating the preventive actions in the face of uncertainty regarding the environmental impacts. Sustainable environmental law, public innovative reporting and publishing, smart growth, long ranges of the planning cost and saving the R&D spending the cost of living. Energy efficiency, subsidizing the tax break on carbon credits, the quality of the life education, community development, equal community opportunity, law and ethics. Resource management, environmental protection, habitation and privations. Sustainable Development Goals (SDG) means Sustainable Development Goals. The unit the United Nations established 17 sustainable development goals of the addressing of the global challenges and the promoting the prosperity while the protecting the plants. Regarding the equality, sustainable grids and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate actions, life belong below water, life and land, peace, justice, and the strong institutions and the partnership of the goals. Each goal is incorrected and aims to track issues such as poverty and equality, climate changes, and the environmental degradation. Achieving the sustainable development goals requires the collaboration among the governments, businesses, and civil society. The role of the education in sustainable development. Education is culture of the rising of the awareness about sustainability and the empowering the individuals to make the informing decisions. It forecasting the critical thinking and the innovation necessary to developing the sustainable practices. Integrating the sustainability into the education serials and the inspiring the future generation of the sustainable development. Ocean biodiversity, other we can see in the right side in the environmental cultural degrees based on the concept of the ESD, knowledging the ways, action, etc. development of the environmental, economical, and the social impacts of the education of the role in the sustainable development. Sustainable practices in urban development. Sustainable urban development focuses on the creating on cities that are livable, decent, of the environmental friendly. Practice such as green building affect public and the transport and the urban green spaces contributed regarding the urban footprints. Community engage in the planning process, ensuring the developments meet needs to local pollutions. The smart green and the climate cities we can see in the right side in the presentation of the how the climate how to in the urban cities must in the cities. Sustainable agriculture practices. Sustainable agriculture aims to provide the food in the way that in the environmentally sound, economically visible and soluble responsibility. Practicals such as the crop rotation and organic farming and the forestry enhancing the biodiversity in the social health. Supporting the local food system and the recording the carbon footprints and the strengthening the community resilience. You can see in the right side in the presentation resource why small farmer should embed sustainable farming to increase the prosperity and to provide the national resources health and safe of the food climate changes community and the economy. Renewable energy solution. Transporting of the renewable energy source essential for the reducing the greenhouse gas emitting the combination of the climate changes. Solar, wind and hydroelectric powers are sustainable alternative that can be meet global energy needs. In the renewable technology can create the job and economical growth while the protecting the environmental. Meaning of the measuring sustainability. Metrics of the interaction are critical for the assessing the process towards the sustainable development goals. Common to including the ecological footprints, carbon accounting, and the sustainable reporting frameworks. Measurements allows for the informed decision making and the sustainable development practices. The future of the sustainable development. The future of the sustainable development relies the innovative social collaboration and the commitment from the section of the society. Ongoing public awareness of the education and essential forecasting and the fostering a cultural of the sustainabilities. By inviting the sustainable practices, now we can ensure the healthy more equality plans for generating and generation of the comings. Sustainable development, social forces, environmental protection and engagement and the economical development. Thank you. Have a nice day.